Hello, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's well. We are hopefully got a dry couple of days. See behind me, Adam just getting some fields rotivated. This is John's ploughing in the distance over there. This is right close to our dairy. We're on basically on the dairy farm here. This is grass lay. It's been down three years, and it will. Yeah, it's really light. We're really light soil here. So we had rain yesterday, but we can get going in this pretty quickly. So yeah, it's doing nice job chopping up. So this is been 3 years. It's a perennial ryegrass with some clover in it. Grazed it off for the dry cows for Christmas, and then it had a bit of slurry on it. But yeah, hopefully it will plough up really nice. It always ploughs up nicely here. And then we've got to try and, don't know, it's the weather's being a bit weird. It's giving, today's dry, tomorrow tiny bit of drizzle, Thursday 10 mil of rain probably. And it looks like it's going dry but potentially cold into next week. So hopefully we're not getting any frost for our potatoes that are emerging from the soil. But we'll show you a bit of everything that's going on today. So yeah, as I say, ground in these fields, we're in the west of the island, it's very light, really nice soil. You can see it's beautiful. This is just being ploughed up, and yeah, not even heard. It's just really nice. You can grow some really good potatoes here, and yeah, we're on number 2 seed size today, and you see Pavel's coming down. Guys are cracking on well. We're planting this one by hand, so you can see the guys here. There's 9.5 furrows. It's about 4 acres in this field, and for the rest of today we're going to move on to using the machines, and the guys will start with the covering of polythene. We've got a few fields left to do that we didn't get finished off before the rain last week, and then they'll start covering behind us here. There's Pavel coming down now, doing a lovely job. Getting Ridgersby Ridge. So it varies a lot for different soils. So when we get the softer ground like we're in here, compared to the heavier, we do have to alter it a bit, but we might. That's about perfect. That's how I want it. A couple of inches on the top. It's doing a nice job. A few people have asked why we put such a shallow amount of ground on top. We do come through and re-ridge them again, so these will be covered with plastic now, and then in about, well, weather dependent, isn't it, but it's roughly 5 to 6 weeks time, the polythene will be coming off, and then we come through with a slightly adapted machine, a bit similar to this closing frame, but it comes through and we just scarify in between here, and we'll also re-ridge and put a bit more ground to cover the potatoes over. So that'll then just be literally pushing up more ground against here, against the sides of the ridges, and that just helps reduce greening. And it also just helps weed control as well. These will have a pre-emergence spray on them before we cover with polythene, which will help control the weeds, but it's obviously quite a long growing cycle. And you know, just to help, we use natural or cultural ways as well. We can pass the scarifier and knock out any little weeds that are coming through. Especially in here, there might be a little bit of few grasses coming up, as it's been in grass so long. But other than that, yeah, going well, and hopefully have a good day. Machine that makes the slots or the grooves for the plastic to be pushed into. Very simple again, homemade, well, Will made it. Basically just makes 2 grooves in the ground, hammer goes up slowly, and then we'll put the plastic then gets tucked in to here basically, and the guys with their spades just push the ground. So that's one side we can push in this way and one side in that way. It's a very simple machine. On this soft ground it is always quite hard because the ground tends to fall down, but we use a double one going up and down the middle, and that single one there, that gets pushed down for the other side. So going this morning, after yesterday planting by hand, we've got the planters going. We are both belt planters going alongside each other. Cut planter and belt planter, Lemken and Midema. This is organic fields again today, and they're getting Massey peering. Kind of hard, you can see a little bit. So these are all sold. I'll get you some more videos in a minute when it gets daylight, but cracking on well. Ground conditions are really nice. Got till tomorrow evening, I think, and it's going to be wet again. The last video we said we had a few issues with the spacing. We're on some organic choline today, but the spacing is looking a lot better. Seeming to be pretty much everyone where you want it to be. See there, they're all pretty much exactly the same. And like a few people said, it's just down to seed, even the size of the seed being nice and even. You can see there, they're all pretty much bang on the same there. But these are all nice. You can see the seed size is all pretty much exactly the same. And that's what makes it a lot easier when it's on the belts. The belts stay nice and close. So that's good. But yeah, lovely conditions. I say with these being organic means, and I'm told, well, I'm sure most people would know, but these fields cannot have any sprays on. So it's all, that weed control for us is all mechanical on here, so we can still cover with plastic. These will be covered with plastic, and then we'll actually take it off a bit sooner, a bit quicker than we would do the conventional fields. So what we'll do is we'll take it off. We've then got a variety of different implements we can use. We've got some, like an iron block, which is like a set of tiny little fingers, and that can actually scratch over the whole of the ridge, all of this side of the ridge here. And if you do that before they're too big, it doesn't actually hurt the sprouts of the potato, but it takes out all the weeds. Or if they're not that dirty, these fields, we can just pass into row with scarifier tines, and we can also re-ridge them. So we have 3 or 4 different machines we can use to help us control the weeds. I mean, yeah, the belt's doing much better. There is nothing in that spray tank for anyone who's going to be asking. But yeah, no, going well. We've got these 2 fields. Adam is with the cut planter over the hedge there. He's actually on Maris here. We've got these 2 fields to finish. There's about 5 acres here, and then we will be moving back to some Jersey Royals, so that'll be later today. So the cut plant is going as well. We're now, say, all the organics done back in conventional, planting loose Jersey Royals. Let's see. Tiny little shoots just starting to come through. So that's what a lot of people asking, hey, how do we justify planting by hand? Why don't you use planters? We do use the planters as we get into the season. As you can see here, we've got the cut planter going, planting. We're doing loose without shoots, and wherever we can, we'll try and use these from now on. Early on, so you can see the other planter going as well, the belt planter. But early on, it's so important for us to get the crop as early as possible. We want the Jersey Royals. We're putting them in, and you know, it's early. It is cold. It's not ideal, but we do it because we're in Jersey. We've got small fields. We've got to have a USP. So our USP is basically beating UK growers to harvesting our new potatoes. So we've got to push the boundaries, and we do that by planting by hand. And that then gives us that extra money to recoup when you come to harvest. But I say, conditions have dried out, and the soil conditions are lovely. It's really nice. So we're getting these fields all planted. These will take a bit longer, say, because they are, you can see the farm on there, because they haven't got a shoot on. These are going to take probably, if we plant a field by hand with shoots on, could be around 12, 13 or 12 weeks this time of year. These are going to be 14, 15, maybe even 16, depending how cold it stays. So that's why we need to keep planting by hand as well, to ensure we get a continuation of product available. Because once you start, especially once you start supermarkets, wholesalers, you can't turn them on and off. Once you start harvesting April, we've got to keep going right the way through until, or really kind of usually about mid-July. So yeah, that's why we'll split it, and we'll try and plant a few by hand. We'll also try and have the machines wherever we can to try and make our planting as cheap as possible from now on. Beauty of GPS is, although they are different machines, they're doing the same job, putting the potatoes the same depth, same spacing set up, just a different way of doing it. You've seen the belt planter does it on belts, the cut planter does it on cups. But I say the beauty of GPS is we know we're on the tracks, so it doesn't matter if we can be in the same field and the tracks all line up. Vibrating plates still aren't working, annoyingly. Fixed the fuse, but then it's gone again. So there must be something happening which is causing that. So we need to do that, some more of a proper rainy day job. Get it back to Will. As just said there, you can see now we're on loose potatoes, not much smaller. Seeing that. but it does such a better job. See that belt there, perfectly full, never any gaps. It's got a tiny bit, you can adjust the vibration on there, so you can shake, it just gently shakes the belt, and it's going along doing a lovely job. It much prefers smaller seed, this machine. It's doing a really good job. Compared to what we saw in the last video, even early on this morning, and the English, yeah, it does a lovely job with these basically. If we dig there, it's just doing a perfect job. Really, really nice. And it putting them we do go quite close. Again, we go close. We want lots of early. We're not going to get big size, and also they are small seed. There's a chance some of these might not come up, but it's usually they do, and they do quite well. So we can see, and they're just starting to shoot. But yeah, pleased with how it's going. And we're going to try and get these fields covered before the rain comes tomorrow. So actually also just caught Fernando, he's also getting slurry out. We're getting it on the grazing. Making his new tractor work hard. 10,000 litres of cow poo in that. But we're getting it spread on, we'll show you that in a second, we'll go over the hedge. Getting it spread on some of the grazing leys that are through there. So we'll just pop over and we'll go and see him and see why he's spreading it. So yeah, so just said he's spreading some slurry. We're on our grazing leys. That's actually where we were planting potatoes yesterday. Guys now covered it. Milking shed's there. This is our block. Get the drone up actually and show you the block around the dairy. But yeah, we're getting some slurry spread. We grazed off with the dry cows before, similar to the other field actually, before Christmas. There's barely much cover there now. You can see all the grass is getting quite low. We don't want too much grass, because if we spread the slurry on, then obviously the grass will get contaminated if there's too much grass there. But there's very little cover now on the base. Slurry's going to go on. We will not be coming out grazing until at least like kind of end of March, early April. So plenty of time. Rain will wash it all in, and it's just putting on valuable nutrients to get the grass start growing. We do have a closed season. Basically our closed season in Jersey is from November, basically November, December till the middle of January, and then we can get going. It's it's just getting more extremes. Winters are getting milder, so actually quite often the grass keeps growing all the way around for us, but not so much. This is a perennial ryegrass with clover in it. The Italian ryegrass, that grows all year round pretty much, but these perennials do slow down quite a bit. But in a slurry, there is some nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, a lot of potash actually, that's the main one you get from the slurry, plus all your natural minerals and things. But good, it saves us, not always we can get on and spread this time of year, sometimes it's too wet, but it's just saving us putting on that first dose of artificial fertiliser we'd have to do if it was too wet. Yeah, good to get it all spread. Hopefully have some sunny weather next week, get the grass greening up. So final part, guys just got here, started covering with the plastic, getting all the sheeting on. Adam is just finishing up slotting. This is where we've just planted before. Just finally doing the slits here. Just reading plastic for them. Yeah, they're right up behind us, so because obviously we're planting with the machines, the guys have just been covering with polythene all day, so they've called us up. We're in the distance through the field over there, but they're now here. So yeah, it's good to have it covered because they're saying it's going to get cold. So the sooner we can get this covered, ground warmed up, hopefully they'll all start growing. So yeah, that's all good. Had a good day. Looks now like as well it's going to be dry until tomorrow night. So we're going to got another 11 acres to try and do 20 verges tomorrow. Hopefully I get all that in and yeah, start again at the weekend. But anyway, see you all for the next video on Sunday.